Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure review. Okay, so today is going to be a special video as we are going to assemble the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure of the X-Men character Chode. Alright, so I have all the pieces here. The Chode wave included a lot of more eccentric X-Men characters. You had like the Starjammer leader Corsair, the Imperial Guard member Fang. You had Quentin Quire, aka Kid Omega. Just to name a few. And each one came with like a different piece. And we're going to assemble Chode. I'm excited about this. It looks fantastic. He's almost, it kind of resembles somewhat the Hulk villain, the Abomination. But this it looks like to be a completely unique new sculpt. So let's get started. First off, here's his torso. Incredibly detailed. I love the all the detail work that went into like his back and spine with all the armor plating. It looks really cool. Even the paint application, how the fins on the back are kind of like highlighted with a light yellow. Nice leather texture on the belt. And then here's his head, which we're going to attach next. It looks like Chode. It's very awesome. Beautiful looking like reptilian texture on his skin. He has kind of like the finned ears, really bright red eyes. His mouth is articulated, which I think is fantastic. And let's attach the head first. Hopefully this will attach easily. There we go. Requires a little bit of force, but it's on. So Chode has his head. Alright, let's do his... I think the legs would be easier to do next. But before we do, let's take a look at them up close. Incredibly detailed. I love how the skin texture is almost like kind of like cracked. And we have some beautiful sculpting for the musculature. As you can see, only single pinned knees. It's not double jointed. Articulated ankles, and unfortunately his toes are not articulated. It would have been nice, especially for a figure this size, to articulate the toes, but you know that probably would have resulted in a price increase. And let's attach the legs. Let's do this one first. And you're not going to get it wrong because the legs are actually keyed differently. His left leg has a thicker peg than his right leg. Alright, that went on pretty easy. Wasn't that bad. Some of the Build-A-Figures, man, they could be a pain in the butt to assemble. But this one, it's pretty easy. It's not like being difficult. Wow, that's a nice figure. It's a little bit smaller than I expected. For some reason, I was expecting this to be almost like Hulk-sized, but it's still a really large figure nonetheless. You know, we've gotten some gigantic Build-A-Figures in the past. Like the Juggernaut. Sugar Man. There we go, we got that on. There we go. Wow, this looks great. It's just... And let's not forget, he has his little companion, Kree, right there. It's almost like a weird mix between like a cat and an anteater. But let's examine Chode up close. Beautiful looking action figure. Just look at that. The detailing is amazing. The texture work, man, it's like second to none. And the paint application is really nice. You know, they apply such a light, subtle yellows to some of the upper edges to like, you know, kind of like add more depth and volume. Adds a little bit more realism to it. I love that his mouth is articulated. The shade of green, it's really vibrant also. Really rich. But yeah, this is a nice, heavy, meaty figure. It's awesome. In terms of his articulation, his head moves. He has some nice movement there. Does he look down? Yes, he does. Does he look up? Yes, he does. Articulated mouth. His arms can rotate and go outward. A cut at the bicep. Single pinned elbows. I love the detail on the fins here. That's really nice. Articulated wrists. He does feature an ab crunch. Does he crunch forward? Let's see. I have a feeling it might be a little stiff. Yeah, it's kind of stiff. Not all that well. He does arch back also, but again, it's not. I don't want to force it. It's not really cooperating. You can hear it clicking also, so it's possibly ratcheted. But it just keeps on wanting to reset to the neutral position. Does swivel at the waist. Legs kick up. They kick outward, and then they also swivel at the attachment point. As I pointed out earlier, single pinned knees and articulated ankles. So overall, fantastic figure. And then here's his little buddy, who's often seen on his shoulder. And we have Chode, the heavy tank of the Starjammer crew. Looks great. Here's a size comparison. Here he is next to Vulcan. And this gives you an idea of just how big the figure is. It's pretty large. And here's a McFarlane Batman. So yeah, this thing is a beast. It's not as large as some of the previous Build-A-Figures like the Abomination and some of the Hulks or the Juggernaut, but it's still very, very hefty and sizable. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.